I saw a racial fight recently, which is terrible, but I watched it. How are you not gonna watch? You're gonna watch every fight, you know? Fights have that weird quality. Fights are kind of like hand jobs, and that like, you don't really want one, but you're like, well, let's see where it goes, you know? Like, will you give it a kiss? No? All right, so yeah. Had to take a shot. So, I'm in Philadelphia, walking through the park in the middle of the day. Beautiful day in Philly, beautiful park. I'm walking through this park, and as I'm walking through it, I see a white guy, and he yells across the park to a black guy. He calls him a nerd. And when you hear that and you're in public, you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. That's your first thought. And then another black guy, I don't know if he lived in the bushes, but he popped out of the bushes. Like, if this is a bush right here, I just saw a black guy go, no. Not in my park, But it's like, no one else saw that guy. Only I was like, oh my God, I see that guy! Like that. And it became my own personal movie. I watched him line up like the honey badger. He was like, that one? All right. And he sprinted across the park and he tackled the white guy. So instinctively, I just went, get him! But it took me a second to realize I'm the only other white guy in the park. Yeah, so like 10 black people turned and I went, no! Him. Our him. And they were like, what? And I was like, I'm out, that's what. And then they killed that white guy. And for the record, I don't give a fuck if they did. You know why? There is no such thing as white guy loyalty, okay? I mean, there is, but those guys are obvious as they hold torches, but the rest of us are not having that shit. And let me tell you something, man. I'm jealous of interracial loyalty, because I see it. You know, if you're white, you see it with other races. Asian, you see it with black people for sure. What I'm talking about, there can be a dangerous situation. Let's say it's a fight, and there's a black guy in that fight. And then another black guy that doesn't know him will go, I'm gonna involve myself. Just on account of us being of the same race. At our core, we are brothers. I see that, and I'm like, wow. Because when you're white and you're in that situation, you're like, fuck that guy, I don't know that guy. Do whatever you want to him, I don't give a shit. Let you do something like that guy in the park and then look at me like, hey man, are you gonna help out? You should know something. You're about to get murdered, okay? I will fucking take pictures as you're beaten and upload them, hashtag honky, hashtag dead honky, fuck you cracker, I'm out of here. Now, probably checked into 400 hotels this year, and when I tell you that this has happened to me more than half a dozen times, I am not exaggerating. Every hotel check-in begins usually the same. It's standard. Hotels, they, you know, the people at the desk, they go, last name? And this just happened to me. Last name? And I go, Segura. And the guy goes, whoa, are you Japanese? And I go, 100%, yeah. And he just goes, oh, we don't get a lot of Japanese people here. That's pretty cool. So I have to stop him and go, hey man, I'm not Japanese. And he goes, Segura. Segura! Sounds Japanese. I go, that's because you're saying it Japanese. I could be Smith, and if you want to go Smith, it's Japanese. He goes, well, what are you? Which is fucking rude. Can I just say it's never important to ask that question? What are you? It's never important to ask that. It's sometimes important, but not a lot. When is it important? Sushi chef, accountant, 100-meter dash. Outside of that, sometimes it matters. So I tell him, I go, Segura is Spanish. And he goes, that's weird. You look white. And I go, I am white. And he goes, but you're Spanish? And I go, correct. He goes, do you speak Spanish? I said, yes. He goes, so you're Mexican? And I go, no. And he goes, I don't know what's going on. I said, what's going on is you failed fucking social studies. And you're not too good at geography either. And then I see his head drop, like he feels bad. I'm like, look, man, you understand there's white people in Mexico. You know that part. And he goes, no, I don't. I said, there's white people there, there's black people there, there's even Asian people there. And if you really want to shit your pants, those Asian people, they speak Spanish too. You don't expect it, but they're like, dim sum, muy rico, si lo quiere probar, si no lo quiere probar, concha tu madre, nadie te quiere, anda la mierda. They are Asian and they speak Spanish. I probably checked into 400 hotels this year, and when I tell you that this has happened to me more than half a dozen times, I am not exaggerating. Every hotel check-in begins usually the same. It's standard. Hotels, the people at the desk, they go, last name? And this just happened to me. Last name? And I go, Segura. And the guy goes, whoa, are you Japanese? And I go, 100%, yeah. And he just goes, oh, we don't get a lot of Japanese people here. That's pretty cool. So I have to stop him and go, hey man, I'm not Japanese. And he goes, Segura. Segura! Sounds Japanese. I go, that's because you're saying it Japanese. I could be Smith, and if you want to go Smith, it's Japanese. He goes, well, what are you? Which is fucking rude. Can I just say it's never important to ask that question? What are you? It's never important to ask that. It's sometimes important, but not a lot. When is it important? Sushi chef, accountant, 100-meter dash. Outside of that, sometimes it matters. So I tell him, I go, Segura is Spanish. And he goes, that's weird. You look white. And I go, I am white. And he goes, but you're Spanish? And I go, correct. He goes, do you speak Spanish? I said, yes. He goes, so you're Mexican? And I go, no. And he goes, I don't know what's going on. I said, what's going on is you failed fucking social studies. And you're not too good at geography either. And then I see his head drop, like he feels bad. I'm like, look, man, you understand there's white people in Mexico. You know that part. And he goes, no, I don't. I said, there's white people there, there's black people there, there's even Asian people there. And if you really want to shit your pants, those Asian people, they speak Spanish too. You don't expect it, but they're like, dim sum, muy rico, si lo quiere probar, si no lo quiere probar, concha tu madre, nadie te quiere, anda la mierda. They are Asian and they speak Spanish.
You ever meet somebody and they're so boring, you feel like they poisoned you? Like, you're talking to them and you're like, I feel like I'm dying right now. And I think you did it. This guy's name is Craig. I met him, I made sure to get it. I was like, I'm gonna remember you for the rest of my life, man. I met him at the bank. Is he a bank teller? No. Is he a security guard? Nope. What's his job? I don't know, whatever they call that guy that stands in the lobby of banks now, where you walk in and you're like, do you work here? And he's like, I think so. That guy? The lobby liaison? Well, I saw him, we made eye contact. I don't know how you work. For me, if we make eye contact during the day, not at night, but during the day, out of human decency, I acknowledge you. So that's what I did. We made eye contact, and I go, how you doing? And he went, and I was like, okay. So then I get to the second set of doors to walk in. And as I reach for that door, I hear, you going to the bank? I go, is this still a bank? And he goes, yeah. I go, I'd like to. And he goes, go for it. And I was like, okay, thanks. And then I reach back, and he goes, I'm going to Virginia next week. Are you telling me that? He goes, you said, how you doing when you got here? I had to think about it. That's what I'm doing. I go, that's the craziest shit I've ever heard anybody say. And also not how that question works, but all right. And now I reach back, and he goes, yeah, my sister lives there. And I'm like, how long she lived there? Now I'm roped in. He goes, 15 years. And I go, you've never been? And he goes, Now I'm starting to look at him like, hey man, do you drive to work or does somebody drop you off? You know what I mean? I think he could. Yeah. I think he could see it in my face because out of nowhere he goes, I drive. I was like, that's cool, man. That's cool. I drive too, that's crazy. I got to get in here. He goes, yeah, we're going to check out D.C. and we're going to see some monuments. I go, I would love to hear about it, but I have to make a deposit. He goes, well, I'll be here when you walk out. I go, you motherfucker. Fuck that guy and fuck everybody like him. If you have the audacity to tell people how you're doing when they say, how you doing, that shit is rude and selfish, all right? I'm serious. There are two acceptable answers to how you doing. Fine and great. And if you're miserable, you say fine. You don't burden people with your real world problems during a courteous exchange. Yeah. Guys, have you ever thought about how many times you may have slept with your significant other? You should know the answer, so let me just start there, all right? If you do, that's terrifying, and we'd like you to leave. Yeah, if you're sitting here, you're like, oh, finally, somebody has... There's 926... There's the exits. What I'm saying as a concept, it is reasonable to assume if you've been with somebody 3 years, you have a healthy thing going on, you may have slept together a few hundred times, right? Right. Now, I want you to think about how many times your dad has finished inside of your mom. So many times. Tom, why would you say that? Well, basically, I think all of our moms are a bunch of cum dumpsters, you know, but your mom more than my mom. Now, I know, it's a tough image to get out of your head once I've planted it, right? You're like, God damn it, my mom's dripping? Probably, yeah. Soaking wet. Look. Your mom has done some nasty shit. Let's talk about it. She really has. And look, I'm here to defend her, all right? It is not her fault. It's your dad's fault, for sure. Your dad, with all due respect, is kind of a piece of shit. A little bit. And if you're like, not my dad, he's good. Yeah, to you. He's not always like that to your mom. If they've been together 3 decades, you don't think he says some off-colored shit every now and then? Of course he does. They're laying in bed, your dad's tossing and turning, he can't sleep. And your poor mother, is everything all right, dear? It's fine. Was supper good? Yeah, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. Can I do anything to help? Yeah, you can lick my balls, all right? And you want to know something? Your poor mother, she does it, all right? Because she's a ball hog, so your mom gets down there. And she goes, I like my life. Oh, your mom. Now, your grandma. Think about some of the things that she's done. On the railroad tracks or wherever she used to fuck around. El Paso, I don't know. You're like, why are you saying this stuff, Tom? Because I'm having fun. Because I enjoy upsetting people. Yeah, I don't know what it says about me psychologically, but there is, I don't know, there's like a marching band inside of me right now going, good job, good job. Yeah, because internally I picture somebody out there going like, I was having fun until he talked about my slut mom. And it makes me happy, I don't know.
He's one of those kids that only laughs at real anger. I don't know if you've ever met one of those peaches, but see, most 2- and 3-year-olds, they laugh at manufactured anger, performative anger. You can go up to a kid that age and just go, rawr, and they're like, and this kid's like, I want to see your blood pressure spike, man. I'm not gay, but I am not above checking out a dude. I'm serious. Like, if I'm at the beach and there's some super fucking, like, just yoked dude there, I'll be like, hey, nice. Very nice. What's your protein intake like? What do you do? Cardio and lift? Of course. And then a hot chick will walk by and I'll go, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? I think the gayest I ever was in February. That's when I did my shows in Los Angeles, and Brad Pitt came to my show. Look, I do not know what year he was born or how many infants he consumes in a week, but that man is stunning, all right? He came into my dressing room. I couldn't make eye contact. Do you understand? Like, I was like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? He goes, look at me. I was like, no. He goes, come on. I said, shut up. He goes, you want to give me a kiss? I was like, yeah. And he goes, do it. I'm like that, I kiss. What? It wasn't gay. We took a bath later. That was gay, but we talked about sports, so it balanced out, you know? Having kids makes you do crazy shit. I'm not even proud of some of the things I've done, all right? Last year, it was the first time I ever had somebody bully one of my kids. I didn't respond well. This is what I took my older son to a park. He was 2.5. The cutest little fucking kid. And he walks into the park and he walks up to a playground set. And as he walks up to it, he steps on it. And an older kid, meaning 4, he goes, you can't play with that.
That's mine. And I go, I'll kick your chest through your back. And he goes, what? And I go, I'll stomp you out right now. So he's crying, I'm laughing, everybody's gathered around, right? You can't do that. You can't do anything to a shitty kid. You can curse a lot around them. Not to them, that's an important distinction. Around them, and then you fantasize about them repeating it at home and getting in trouble, and that's very satisfying, all right? But, you know, you got to put rhythm to it or they won't remember because they're just dumb fucking kids. So you got to be like, shit, piss, motherfucker, count my balls, lick my dick, eat my ass. And the kid will be like, what's that? Be like, go tell your mom. That's what that is. As they walk by, you can get in one accidental hit. I've tried it, but it's got to, as they're passing, you know, like that, and then they'll be like, shit, piss, motherfucker.
He's one of those kids that only laughs at real anger. I don't know if you've ever met one of those peaches, but see, most 2 and 3-year-olds, they laugh at manufactured anger. Performative anger. You can go up to a kid that age and just go, rawr, and they're like, and this kid's like, I want to see your blood pressure spike, man. The hardest I've ever seen him laugh, it's not even close. It's when he flushed my car keys down the toilet. It was my fault, I guess. I didn't hang them up. I put them on the coffee table that I also bought, and I was laying on the couch, you know, it was a long day. I see his little ass come in the room, see the keys, and he's like, and I go, no, don't. And he picks them up, and he goes, chase me. Down the hall. I go, okay. I give him a head start. He's 3. When I stand up, I see him dip into the bathroom. I'm like, no. And when I get there, and I lose my shit. I don't yell at him. I'm just yelling at my life, you know? I'm like, fuck! No! Fuck! And when I turn, he's like, that's what I'm talking about right there.
But we as a nation, we have been traumatized by these horrific laws and people being imprisoned for having weed. And it highlights the absurdity of not only it having been illegal and so crazy for so many years, but also highlights how the next generation will not believe our stories about it at all. There's a 0% chance they will understand what we're talking about. It'd be like trying to tell a kid now, like, hey, you know, pigeons used to deliver messages to people. They'd be like, the fuck are you saying right now? It'll be the same thing. I'm gonna sit my son down one day and be like, you know, when I was your age, to get weed, I almost died. And he'll be like, why? Was 7-Eleven on fire or something? They didn't sell it at 7-Eleven. Daddy used to get in cars with strangers. Where are we going? Chill out, all right. It's 3-hour round trips to buy weed. And if you're like, oh, what kind of weight were you moving? $20 worth of marijuana? That kind of major shit? I bought weed from a dude in a standalone trailer one time. Not a trailer park, a solo trailer. The most terrifying housing situation that exists. Like where other trailer people were like, get the fuck out of here, and they kick him out. I just walk up to that shit, 15. And this dude's like, you trying to get a sack? I was like, oh shit, yeah. He goes, we could go do that. I was like, all right, cool. And he goes, we just need to go get it. I was like, you don't fucking have it? Isn't that your sole responsibility? So I tried to play cool. I was like, all right, let's go get it. He goes, I'll go get it. You stay here and watch my place. And I was like, okay. And he goes, there's a .357 and a shotgun on my bed. Anybody comes in here, blast them. Inside, paralysis. But what I said was, that's what's up. Like, yeah, man. And then he stopped at the door and he goes, but don't shoot my mom. I go, can we get a description before we agree to terms?
What were we talking about before? Oh, yeah, my mom. So here's how I stopped arguing with her. I hope if you're in a similar situation with a parent, you have an epiphany the way I did. Here's the circumstance, right? She calls me late last year. There were fires in LA. And she goes, Tommy. She's not local, if you don't know yet. If you're like, why does she talk so fucking weird? She's from South America, Peru, to be specific, okay? So she calls me, and she goes, Tommy. And I go, yeah. She goes, the fires, they are bad? And I go, yeah. Usually they're good, but this is a bad one. And she goes, people are dying? I go, if they're in the fire, yeah. It's fire. And she lives in Florida, so she goes, you have fires, we have hurricanes. People are dying everywhere. And I go, it sounds like you have the news on. Is there anything else you want to report? And she goes, I think it's happening for a reason. And I go, it is. They're called weather patterns. And she goes, no. I think God is trying to send us a message. That's what I go. I go, what's the message? She goes, I think he's trying to tell us to be better people. And you know when somebody says something and you can feel with certainty that you're going to argue with them? Like as words leave their lips, you're like, I'm going to light you up pretty hard. I could feel seething anger growing, and I could hear my own argument in my head. I could hear my own voice say, you mean to tell me that our all-knowing and all-loving and all-present God is setting people on fire and drowning them in hurricanes so that we hug more? This is the stupidest shit I have ever heard in my entire life. But right before I said it, I had that moment. I had that thought where I go, what is the point? Why argue with this demon woman, you know? Just let Lucifer's sister have her way. You're not going to change her mind. So for the first time in my life, I took a deep breath and I just went, yeah, I could see why he would do that. Hope he stops killing us. Ha 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 ha. And she knew. She goes, what? I go, you make a good point. And she goes, why are you doing this? Why are you meaning why aren't you arguing with me? I go, Mom, I don't know. Who cares? You're right. I'm wrong. So what? And she goes, Tommy, do you know what? I go, what? She goes, I always knew you were a little bitch, Tommy. And I go, what? And she goes, ciao, puto. And she hung up the phone.
But it's wild when you find out something new after knowing people that long, you know? I've known these guys like 25, 30 years. And I found out last week, so 25 years into these friendships, that I'm the only one who eats ass in that entire group. Isn't that crazy to you? Like, I guess I'm friends with a bunch of third graders? I don't know, like. One of the guys is newly in love, too, Justin, newly in love. And usually newly in love people are really on board, you know, because everything's rainbows and butterflies for them. Like, every day Justin's like, ha ha ha, I'm in love. I go, that's great. Did you eat her ass? And he's like, no. I said, so you don't like her? And he was like, no, I do. And I said, no, you don't. If you did, you'd give her the sweetest kiss of all, you know? I get in the car, he goes, is the temperature all right, sir? I go, it's fine. He goes, would you like a bottle of water, sir? And I go, you don't have to call me sir. You can just call me Tom. And at that moment, all of his professionalism went out the window. The very next thing he said was, you smoke weed? And I was like, I mean, yeah, sometimes. And he goes, do you want to smoke some now? And I was like, I mean, yeah. But I don't think my driver should be offering me, you know? He doesn't miss a beat. He opens the console, he takes out a joint, he lights it, he passes it back. I hit it out of respect, right, because he's old. And then I give it back to him, and the next thing he says is, yeah, I can't drive unless I'm fucked up. I'm like, do you hear what you just said? And he goes, yeah, I'm ripped right now. And I'm like, well, hands on 10 and 2, motherfucker. Like, keep it together. I goes, is that all you do? Smoke weed? I can handle a guy that smokes weed. He goes, well, I love it all. I'm like, what's all? That's a broad statement. He goes, I love coke, I love heroin, but there's nothing like smoking rocks. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, no, I don't know what you're saying. Mind you, this is while he's driving, so it's actually like, I love smoking rocks, man. You know, I'm like, dude, turn around. So I go, can I ask you something? He goes, yeah, what's up? I go, what's it like to smoke rocks? I've never done that before. And he goes, ooh. I was like, is that the whole sentence? Is that it? He goes, that shit is the best. And what I like to do personally is I like to sit in my apartment and fire them up. And then I look out the peephole and I watch people walk around. And I just freak the fuck out about what's gonna happen next. And then he gave me a head nod like, doesn't that sound awesome? I was like, dude, that sounds terrible. That's called a panic attack, and that's a horrible sales pitch for crack. Now I'm definitely not gonna try it. We pull up to the airport, and I goes, none of my business, but I think you're too old to be messing with all these drugs. And he goes, I don't do it anymore, Tom. Yeah, it was sir at the top of the ride. Now it's Tom, you piece of shit. I don't do it anymore. I did it when I was younger. And I go, all right. And he goes, I mean, I still do it every once in a while. But you know what they say. If you do something every once in a while, it's not that bad for you. And I was like, dude, I think they mean that about like pizza and chocolate. Nobody ever means that for crack, just so you know. I'm sorry that I'm fat. I don't like when people like they feel, sometimes you're like, ah, you know, I'm fat, and they're like, ah. Like, it's under my control, you know? It's not like weather where I'm like, oh, these fat pellets are raining down on me. Like, it just happens, you know? But sometimes when I'm eating and I feel feelings, I'll be like, nope. I'll just bury those under this. This is true. Every time I go out to eat with somebody, at least one person will be like, hey man, why are you sweating? Like, what's up with that? You know we're not racing. I'm like, we're not? I thought we were racing. No. The biggest boost to my day, I think, is when I eat myself out of breath. I don't know if you've ever done that before. It's fun when you're eating and you go, and then you have a chance to think about it. You're like, why did I just stop to take a deep breath? Earlier today, is pooping universal? Is that a thing? Here's something I just found out. I just found out that not everybody has diarrhea every day. I didn't know that. Seriously, here's how I found out. We moved. My wife and I moved to a new place. In the new place, the living room couch is closer to the bathroom than it was in the old place. So the second day we're there, I go in there, I do my thing. When I walk out, my wife
is no longer sitting on the couch. She's now standing, holding car keys, and she goes, "Do you need to go to the hospital?" And I go, "For what?" And she goes, "For what just happened in there." And I go, "What just happened in there?" And she goes, "Is that normal for you?" And I was like, "I don't remember what happened, so I guess so." And she goes, "Jesus, how often do you shit like that?" And I was like, "Every day." And she goes, "Oh my God, is there blood in there?" And I was like, "There could be. I don't know." Like, I just go, bop, and then I hit flush, you know? And she goes, "You don't look at it?" And I'm like, "Where am I supposed to look? It's everywhere. You want me to look at each individual piece? No, I fucking paint the bowl and then I wash it away." That's how I found out that not everybody has diarrhea every day.
So much fun. I highly recommend you do it. Not if you're black. If you're black, you already do it. But if you're white, do it. Do it in public. Do it where there are black people. And here's a little secret. If you do it well, there's a possibility that a black guy will yell back in return. I do it all the time. I live in Los Angeles. Pick your spot. I go to Crenshaw. There's never a shortage there. I do. I hang back and I go, "Hey, yeah!" Sometimes a black guy will go, "Sup, D?" I did it to Big Daddy Kane one time. I swear to God. I swear, hand to God. If you don't know who Big Daddy Kane is, you can go fuck yourself, okay? I was standing on Sunset Boulevard. A limousine pulled up. Like, for Sunset? Really? All right. A limo pulled up, like, I don't know, 30 feet from me. I was just like, all right, see the door open. Who's getting out of this limo? Expecting like a bachelor party or some shit. Fucking Big Daddy Kane. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And something just took over, you know? The spirit grabbed me. And I was like, "Sup, Kane?" And his head whipped around. He was like, "You?" I was like, "Oh, that wasn't me, man." Somebody over there did that shit. That wasn't me. If you ever see Big Daddy Kane, please do the same shit to him. Every week, it's another city for me. I get asked the same questions every week by people. Are people the same everywhere? No. Some places suck and they have shittier people. I just gave you a sociology degree. How about that? You like that? Here's one universal truth about people, though. This one is true, and that is that everybody just wants to connect. It doesn't matter where you go or what language you speak, people just want to connect. And you know when you have chemistry with somebody. You know if you're like, I want to hang out with this person, or I want to date this person, or I want to harness this person to the bottom of my big rig and drive them around for a while and bury them 18 miles west of Lake Worth, and when I drive by, I'll get a boner. We all have these thoughts, right? Sometimes there's nothing there, and people try to force a connection. I think that's just rude. I'm checking in a hotel a few weeks ago. The guy comes from behind the counter. He goes, "Where are you from?" I said, "Los Angeles." And he goes, "Yeah, I got family in Denver." And I was like, "What a coincidence." And he goes, "Yeah, they got a furniture store." And I was like, I like to sit on furniture. We're 2 for 2. I have shoes on. Do you have shoes on? Do you like to walk around? Let's fucking party. There's nothing there. Sometimes there's nothing there, and that's okay. You're not supposed to connect with everybody on the planet. That would be absurd. You should embrace that. I've been doing this. You should do this too. Next time you're at a bar or you're just out walking around and somebody goes, "Hey man," just go, "Nope." I'm all friended up. And if they're like, "I just want to know what time it is," be like, "I only tell my friends what time it is." He's one of those kids that only laughs at real anger. I don't know if you've ever met one of those peaches, but See, most 2 and 3-year-olds, they laugh at manufactured anger, performative anger. You can go up to a kid that age and just go, rawr, and they're like, and this kid's like, mm-mm. I want to see your blood pressure spike, man. The hardest I've ever seen him laugh, it's not even close. It's when he flushed my car keys down the toilet. It was my fault, I guess. I didn't hang them up. I put them on the coffee table that I also bought. And I was laying on the couch, you know, it was a long day. I see his little ass come in the room, see the keys, and he's like, and I go, no, don't. And he picks them up, and he goes, chase me. Down the hall. I go, okay. I give him a head start. He's 3. When I stand up, I see him dip into the bathroom. I'm like, no. And when I get there, and I lose my shit. I don't yell at him. I'm just yelling at my life, you know? I'm like, fuck! No! Fuck! And when I turn, he's like, that's what I'm talking about.